on me. And that's why I say I can't go with the theories, because when they called DCFS on me, y'all was saying the same thing. She lying. Nobody called DCFS on her. That's not true. She just trying to get attention. She just trying to, like, why? Like, what the motherfucker got to lie for? So I'm not going to sit here and assume, because I don't want nobody to do that shit to me. If a person lying, they got to deal with that shit. Y'all did the same thing with another person on this app that recently passed away. Y'all did the same thing to another person that recently passed away. Then everybody feeling guilty and shit because y'all always trying to make a person prove. Now she crowdfunding for money to pay for lawyers. I mean, she wouldn't have to lie though. All she would have to do is be like, look, fuck, I went to volunteer at my daughter's school. Watch this. Why would she have to lie and say somebody called? Just let's be honest. Everybody knows she got a warrant, right? Everybody know that. She's been honest about it. Everybody knows she volunteering at her daughter's school. She's been honest about it. So if they would have called her in the office and been like, hey, you can't work here, you can't be here, what difference would it make if she would have came here and been like, hey, man, they done called me into the school did a background check, I got a warrant, now I got to get a lawyer so I can go back to my daughter's school. People still would have helped her. They still would have helped her. It wouldn't. You really don't need to make up a lie for that, because everybody already knows she got a warrant. Everybody already knows she was at the school. It wouldn't even be necessary to make up the lie. I mean, it still would have got people to be like, damn, that's messed up. She would have got the same reaction. Like, it's a lie that wouldn't have needed to be told. Like, let's use our brains here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I'm not the lie police. I never have been. Like, my thing is this: if a person don't want to donate, don't donate. If a person don't want to support, don't support. I'm not finna lose no sleep worried about if a person lying or not. I'm just not gonna do it. If a person lying, they gotta deal with that, not me. That's something they gotta lose sleep on, not me. It don't make or break me no way, no. My pocket. Thank you, Tyra. Hey, babe. Hey, llama. Do we think that we spend more time playing private investigators than anything on this app? Hey, King Boston. Trina is cool, but continuously ask the same people for help after just funding a shopping spree. Here's the thing, right? If you don't want to help her, don't help her. Like, it's that simple. Y'all ain't never heard me complaining about her asking for money. You know why? Because I don't donate none. Actually, y'all ain't never heard me complaining about nobody on this app asking for money. You know why? Because either I'm going to give it to them or I ain't. That's it. That's all. She blamed Kiana Luciana for what? True, I don't care that much. Seriously, challenge her on it. Just mine. I get that. She didn't. Okay, so Real Harley Quinn. She didn't blame them in my panel. Right, King Boston? She didn't blame y'all. Y'all, let's reach the live goal. Everybody send a perfume. We got 300 people in here. Everybody send what? We got 300. What? 4 perfumes. I didn't. And Luciana did it. She didn't say that in my panel. She said she don't know who called the school board. So I don't know. She didn't say that to me. Thank you, Mommy Money. Thank you, D-Shep. Thank you, Olympia. Yeah, she didn't say that in my live. And that's why when I heard Kiana saying that, Tea Time let her lie on her in the panel, she didn't say nothing about Kiana in the panel. Crystal, I understand that. But here's the thing, right? Burning bridges don't mean people deserve for other people to be spiteful to it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, burning bridges, stop fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to call my kid's school, to call DCFS, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean people got to go take it in their own hands and do extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, burning bridges is cool. Stop fucking with her. I'm just saying, if she accusing one person, that's silly because there's 20 weight on her. But there are certain people who say certain things out their mouth, though, Crystal. Like for DCFS, it was certain people that said they was gonna do shit to me. Some people will tell you, I'm gonna do something to you. I'm gonna do something to you. I'm gonna do this. And then it happened. Only thing you could do is believe what came out their mouth, even if somebody else did it. Hey, did you get my message? You did. What? Yes, you did. What was it? Y'all know some school districts. Some school districts do.
Oh, I don't probably saw Zooms.
You want to go grab it?
Yeah, I'm going to go do my laundry, so I'll grab it.
Okay. Her guilt was eating her up. No one said it was her. I asked the question. Yeah, she was talking about you too. I can't wait to see how everything goes down at the Airbnb. Man, listen. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't, Conscious. No, almost all where. Pull up the data. Pull it up. Pull it up, because y'all lying. Hey, King Boston, pull it up. Y'all sitting there lying just to prove a point. Almost all schools require you to... No, they don't. Not to volunteer. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. No, they don't. Stop lying. She ain't substituting. She volunteering. That is a lie because almost all don't require a clearance. That's not... Pull it up. That's all I'm asking. Pull it up. Send me the data. Email it to my email right now. Email it to my email right now. Email me all the schools. Send me 12 states. You filled out the paperwork for your district. Why don't y'all just say in my district? Why don't we understand that our district doesn't mean every district? Why can't we understand that? We talked about this yesterday. Just because it happens in your district does not mean that it's required in all districts. Every district doesn't require it. Why can't we understand that? Why can't we get that? I think they might be confusing the chaperones. Because I know where I'm at, they don't require them. Okay, in PA. And that's okay. She don't live in PA. You see how that go? Right. All you doing, Shelly, is going to read a book. Right. You got to show an ID and get a visitor pass, Crystal. That's not a background check. Showing an ID and get a visitor pass is not a background check. To go to the school to read a book to the kids. You get what I'm saying? Now, she shouldn't have been on live in no school library. That should. No. It's not the same thing. Okay, that's Penn, whatever county that is you talking about. She don't live there either. So can we just understand that in some counties it's required and in some counties it's not? Can we understand that? Is that okay to understand that just because it happens in your town or your city doesn't mean that it happens in every city and every town? Can we understand that as adults? Or we don't get that? I didn't say it's not required. I said it's not required in all schools. I did not say it's not required. I said all schools don't require a background check. That's exactly what I said. I didn't say it's not required at all. Because I can't tell you what other school districts require. I can only tell you where I'm at requires. I can't tell you what all school districts require. I'll be a damn fool to do that. I would be a dummy to try to tell you what all schools require when I don't know nothing about all schools. I would be a dummy to do that. I'll be a plumb fool. I would sound like some of y'all at that point. Right. You guys use words like most and all, right? CPS does checks. What does that have to do with the school volunteer? You guys use words like most and all to try to prove your point to be true. And it's just not. It's not the case. I'll wait for the emails to show me that most schools require it. I'm going to wait for that email. teatime40@gmail.com. I'll wait. Right, you telling me what you know about where you at? I get it. Like, I'm saying I get where you at, what you know. And I'm telling you, I have 2 kids and a grandson. And I volunteered at all 3 of their school. From 25 all the way to 6. And have never had to do a background check. I also worked in the school. And they did not require anybody to do a background check. That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm at. I can't speak for where you at, though, because that would be dumb. Because I don't know the rules for where you at. Did you hear about Lo threatening to pew Braves? She's a high school volleyball coach. I did not hear about that. I did not hear about that. Okay, overall, show me an email send me an email that shows overall you have to do a background check to volunteer at the school. I will wait. Typically, the policies depend on the state laws and the individual school district. Below is a general outline of background check requirements for volunteers in school by state. California requires background checks for volunteers who have frequent contact with students. Fingerprints may also be required. Texas mandates. Florida requires background checks for school volunteers through level 2 screening unsupervised activities with children. That means they're dealing with the children alone. That means dealing with the children alone. Okay? New York. Volunteers in school must undergo background checks if they have unsupervised access to students. Again, unsupervised, alone, not reading a book. Okay? Illinois requires checks for all school volunteers who may have direct contact with students. That ain't true because ain't none of them doing no background check. Pennsylvania requires background check including child abuse clearances. Okay? For school volunteers with regular interactions with children. Okay? Ohio are volunteers who are in direct contact with students. Georgia must undergo background checks, especially if involve unsupervised activities.
Where's the garbage bags you bought for him?
They're in the kitchen. Okay? She don't live in Ohio, y'all. She don't live in Ohio. Michigan. Volunteers who regularly interact with students must undergo background checks. Maryland. Public schools. Many other states follow similar procedures. So again, this includes if you are unsupervised with the children and you are there on a regular, consistent basis. Y'all get that? And every state has different requirements. No, they said she was in Detroit. I heard she was in Detroit. Yesterday they said she was in Detroit. Oh, I don't know. She wasn't in Michigan. I think she's in... Oh, okay. I don't know. Yesterday she came in and said she was in Detroit. Okay, well, she's in Ohio. Yeah, so Ohio does. So they said she not. Let's go to Michigan. Either way it go, Michigan and Ohio, you have to have it if you got direct contact with students. Is this my classroom? Sure. And it says, if you are volunteering or considering it, it's best to check with the specific school district to understand the requirements. And this is the part that y'all still don't get. Each school district has different requirements. So when y'all, even the research that y'all sent me shows that. So when y'all trying to argue with people, understand that cannot even research speak for all districts or most districts. Every district has their own rules and their own requirements. That's all I'm telling y'all. Why am I with whoever? Right. I just wish that we would understand that what goes on in my state ain't gonna go on in your state. What goes on in my district ain't gonna go on in your district. If a person has a question of being believed when you go by the rules, I'm not understanding the question. Hey, pretty Nikki. And I'm in Illinois. I've never had, I'm sorry. I'm in Illinois. I've never had to do a background check. Never. Only time I've had to do a background check is when I'm applying to work at the school. Never. Even when I was going to read my books to the kids for work. Okay, so before I went back to work, I used to go to daycares. And I would try to sell my books at the daycares. And I would offer a book reading to the classroom. Hey, Kia, I will offer to do book readings to the classroom. Selling the books. They never did a background check on me. Rosie Green, I don't care about nobody saying that. I don't care about that. They've never said, oh, you can't read a book to our kids. Never. Daycare. And then when I went to do a workshop at the school district, when I went to the school district that was K all the way up to 5th grade, I did a workshop. They didn't do a background check on me. Why would I read you a book? No. I don't care what they say. I don't give a fuck what they say about me and my job. Because this is my backup page. I don't give a fuck if I used to be a daycare provider. I love being a daycare provider. And I dare somebody to tell me I wasn't no teacher. When I tell preschool, I still call myself a teacher. Like, I don't give a fuck. You couldn't tell me I wasn't no goddamn teacher, because guess what I was still doing? Teaching. When I was working in the daycare, I still call myself a teacher, because that's what I was doing. I was teaching your kid social emotional. I was teaching your kid they alphabets, how to identify their name, they sounds, how to build friendships, all that. God damn it. But when I became a teacher, that's what the fuck I was, a teacher. So either way it go, I've been a teacher. Whether it was a daycare or I taught kindergarten. Either way it go, I was still a goddamn teacher. So you think somebody gonna hurt my feelings by saying, oh, she's not a teacher, she work at a daycare. I don't give a fuck. You know, they used to try to call me, when I worked in the daycare, they used to try to say I was a babysitter. So it don't matter what you do, they're gonna still try to downplay who you are. And I'm gonna tell you who didn't devalue who I was. White people. White people. It was only black folk that try to devalue and invalidate what you do. Thank you. It was only our people that try to make you feel less than for what you do. But then white folk appreciate whatever part you played in their kid life. If you was in a classroom with their infant, they appreciated you. If you was working with a 6-week-old, they valued you. But it's always our people that try to invalidate what you are and who you become. Everybody got a role in life. Let's just say I was a daycare provider. Let's just say I still worked in a daycare. Let's just say that, right? I have a degree in early childhood education. I have a degree in teaching, right? I have a teaching degree. I have an early childhood degree, right? Which means I could work with anybody ages all the way up from preschool. My degree goes all the way up to 3rd grade, and I have a degree in special needs. Okay? Regardless of what it is, if I decide to go back into a daycare, it still wouldn't matter. I went to school for that shit. That's my passion. You can't insult me. Purposely went to school for. You can't make me feel bad for something I purposely got a degree in. Something I intentionally been doing for 20 plus years. How you gonna make me feel bad about that? You could never. Something that's my passion. The problem is a lot of y'all don't work in what you love to do. So a lot of y'all get offended by a motherfucker invalidating you because you don't love what you don't love what you do. I love what I do. Right, Proxy, I love what I do. When I was 6 years old, I said I was going to be a teacher. I said I was going to be a teacher at the age of 6. So you think a motherfucker on a social media app saying you not a teacher going to invalidate who the fuck I am? You could never. You could never. You would never. Call me what you want. That's the problem, y'all. Like, that's why y'all sitting here steady trying to prove yourself. No matter what, somebody gonna always try to invalidate what you do. No matter what you do and who you are, they gonna always try to validate what you do. You tell them you're a therapist, they gonna say you couldn't possibly be a therapist. If you were a therapist, right? If you were a doctor, they're gonna tell you couldn't possibly be a doctor. How do you have so much time? Show me how many lives you saved. Right? So regardless of what it is, they're going to try to invalidate what you do and who you are. Hey, baby. Not right now, but I will, okay? Give me a minute.